Hey everybody, welcome back to Bay Area Preps HQ, high school home for Mercury News, East Bay Times. He's Mike Lefkow, I'm Darren Sabedra. It's week 6, and you're human. You lost the game.
I did lose a game.
You did lose a game. You picked Freedom?
I thought Freedom would beat SR, San Ramon Valley. I was a little, and of course they lost by 31 points. So.
They lost by 31.
That's way off.
And I lost one, so I thought I was going to make up a game on you. And then Saturday comes, and I had Cardinal Newman, and Cardinal Newman goes to Liberty, or actually Freedom, and plays a tight game. And I was like monitoring it on my phone because I was at a birthday party. I'm monitoring it on my phone thinking, oh, Cardinal Newman scores. I'm going to look like a genius. They never scored.
No,
Liberty ran out the final 7 minutes.
7 minutes and something,
Very impressive win by Liberty, which another close call. What do they call themselves? Cardiac Lions or something like that?
I'm not sure, but
Cardiac Cats.
They are proud of the fact that they're pulling these games out.
They're 5-0, 4 wins by the skin of their teeth, but they're 5-0.
The last 3 against Clayton Valley, Monte Vista, and Cardinal Newman. Right. That's not bad.
Now they're going into league play, and the league is, what is going on with that league?
I don't know. It's baffling to me. I don't know.
4 teams with a combined 1 win, and then you've got Pittsburgh and Liberty. So it's basically a 2-horse race. As we expected, but not this dramatic of a gap.
No, the drop-off in 1 year has just been stunning. It's hard to explain.
I totally agree. We're picking 11 games total, 10 each. We can't pick the game that we're covering, so I'm basically getting almost a bye here. I mean, I'm getting a cakewalk. De La Salle at St. Mary's? How'd that end up on our list?
I don't.
So St. Mary's last week, for those who don't know, St. Mary's of Stockton. They played Mission Viejo down in Southern California. They were supposed to play James Logan, correct?
That originally had been a game against James.
And they pulled out of that game to pick up Mission Viejo. We assume for some extra coins.
Right.
And Mission Viejo was leading 63-0 at halftime against St. Mary's of Stockton.
Yeah, you had to feel sorry for St. Mary's,
which is a proud program. So I mean, that's just alarming. Yeah. Anyhow, they're going to be at home on Friday night going up against De La Salle, and De La Salle played its best quarter of the season on Friday. 28 quick points against Buchanan. Another touchdown early in the second quarter, and that was it. Game, set, match. Second half lasted, I think, by real time, like 27 minutes. I mean, it was a running clock the entire second half. So,
but I hate the running clock. I always have.
So anyhow, I'm picking De La Salle to win 42-0 because I anticipate another running clock in this game, and I anticipate it being over fairly early. So you're going to have to come up with a fresh angle on De La Salle.
I'm already thinking of one.
There you go. I'm going to be at St. Francis at Valley Christian. St. Francis coming in at 1-2. Obviously, we know about their 2 losses, De La Salle and Corona Del Mar. Got a win over Oak Grove. Valley Christian 3-0. Defense playing great. They got a win over Clovis West a couple weeks ago. They both had byes, so they both have a week off coming in. I'm covering the game, can't pick it. You are predicting Valley to win 28-14. This is a rematch of the Central Coast Section Championship game last year.
Right.
So you expect Valley to win, but you expect it to be semi-close.
I think it'll be a competitive game, but I think Valley will be in control and will win the game, yeah.
McClymonds, which has been just I mean, we anticipated them being good. I don't know if we anticipated them being this good. They're 4-0 at this point. They're going to be at Burrell Field on Friday night going up against San Leandro. San Leandro's had some tight games. The one against James Logan kind of stands out. Well, they're going to be back at Burrell Field and playing McClymonds. You are predicting McClymonds to win 20-6, and I'm predicting 33-13 for McClymonds to beat San Leandro.
I think you go either one of those scores could be right. I mean, the trouble for San Leandro is going to be scoring against McClymonds.
Last week, you saw Wilcox. Monitoring the game on my phone as I'm watching De La Salle blow out Buchanan. And I'm thinking this is going to be a great win for Wilcox. Without his best player, up 17 in the fourth quarter against Pittsburgh. And then what happened?
Well, the big sequence was when Pittsburgh...
Well, how many points did they score?
Well, Pittsburgh scored 21 points in the fourth quarter, but it was an onside kick and then roughing the kicker penalty against Wilcox on an attempted field goal.
So a lot of things
happened. Just a couple big things.
And Pittsburgh ended up winning 35-31. Well, now Wilcox has to pick itself up this week and opening up league play. Wilcox is defending league champion. They're opening up at Palo Alto. Palo Alto is 3-1, only lost to St. Ignatius. Both of us are taking Wilcox, but both really close. I'm picking them 30-24, and you're 34-29.
Yeah, I mean, I think Wilcox is a good team, but the game is at Palo Alto. It's going to be a tough game.
Menlo Atherton, which had last week off after losing to the team from Utah east of Salt Lake City, and then the previous week to Sarah, both of them one-sided games. Now they're going to try their luck with Folsom on the road, long bus ride, another one, and Folsom 3-1. Only lost to De La Salle. Had to rally last week against Oakdale. Pulled out a really tight game. I think Folsom is going to be on its game on Friday. I'm predicting Folsom 38, Menlo Atherton 23. But you got a big surprise here as I'm looking at these notes on my phone.
I'm going to go with Menlo Atherton. They've had 2 weeks to prepare. We're going to find out how good they are this week.
So you're predicting them to win, and I'm looking at that score. You're like 49-41.
I think it's going to be a wild game.
Modern day football. Marin Catholic against Pittman. Marin Catholic a heavy favorite, and both of us are predicting Marin Catholic to just roll. You're predicting 41-7, and I'm predicting 31-12. Rancho Cotati at Campo Lindo. Rancho's beaten Campo the last 2 years, 35-21 in 2018 and 33-28 in 2017. But both of us are thinking Campo's going to flip the script. Why?
I just think Campo Lindo being at home, I was looking at comparative schedules, and they're fairly similar. I think Campo's played a little bit tougher schedule, and I think they're going to take advantage of being in Moraga.
I'm predicting Campo 28, Rancho 24, and you're predicting Campo 27, Rancho 24. Milpitas, Los Gatos, Milpitas, which had a really, really nice run, has kind of fallen on leading times a little bit, coming off a bad loss against Salinas. Last week, Los Gatos outlasted Saratoga and won on 52-38 or something like that. We're both predicting Los Gatos to win fairly comfortably. I'm predicting 37-14, and you got them at 42-13. Palma at Salinas. Palma coming in at 2-1. Only losses was to Mitty. Salinas at 2-1. The one loss was to Clovis. In the Max Preps era, which goes back to 2004, Palma is 13-2 against Salinas, but the 2 losses have come in the last 2 years. So Salinas has been the top dog for the last couple of years against Palma. I'm predicting it to flip back to Palma this year. I'm predicting a 30-27 win for Palma, but you are thinking it's going to stay the way it's been the last couple of years.
If it had been up to me, I would have picked a tie.
You're predicting Salinas 28, Palma 27.
Yeah, I think this game can go either way.
Okay, this game here coming up, Mitty against Bellarmine, they're rivals from San Jose. 2 weeks ago, if you had asked me, I would have said Mitty in a cakewalk. Bellarmine goes out and beats Vintage in a surprising score. Scored 21 points in the second quarter. All the points they needed, they win 21-13. We're both predicting Bellarmine. Why is that?
I don't know, because we didn't discuss it beforehand either. I mean,
we didn't discuss it beforehand, but Bellarmine, which is 9-6-1 against Mitty in the Max Preps era, but Mitty's won the last 2 and 3 of the last 4, and has Shamir Bay. But yeah, we're both picking Bellarmine. I'll let you explain first.
Well, for me, I looked at the scores, I looked at the comparative schedules, and at the end, I just think that Bellarmine, I just have a feeling that Bellarmine's going to play a terrific game this weekend, and they're going to pull it off. And I mean, if you ask me why, I don't really know. I haven't seen either team play.
Well, we both anticipate tight games. You're predicting Bellarmine 22, Mitty 21. I'm predicting Bellarmine 26, Mitty 24. One last game on the schedule. It's the Bruce Mahoney game in San Francisco, Kezar Stadium. Longtime rivals from the city. Number 22, St. Ignatius, coming in at 2-1 against winless Sacred Heart Cathedral. Do we go with the cliche that this is one of the games where you throw the records out?
No, because if I had thrown the records out, I might have gone the other way. Yeah,
Cathedral, but you didn't.
No, Sacred Heart Cathedral's played a tough schedule, but they've lost all 3 of their games by at least 14 points. And you have to take that into account.
Right.
And SI's got a couple nice wins.
There. This is, we've seen some upsets in this series.
Right.
Sacred Heart Cathedral's 4-14 against St. Ignatius in the Max Preps era, but they too have won the last 2 games in this series. You don't think it's going to be 3?
You know what convinced me is I was impressed with SI's victory over Gonzaga Prep of Spokane, Washington. That's always been one of the traditionally strong programs in Washington State.
Well, here's what we're predicting. I'm predicting SI 35, Sacred Heart Cathedral 24. You're predicting SI 37, Sacred Heart Cathedral 28.
So I actually have the game being closer than you do.
I guess you do. All right. That's a wrap.